Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the sunny Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be living in the moment versus living for the moment. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So many times on the channel, I mention that living in the present moment is the path, and it is the path. I'll tell you why, because if you're living in the past, example, you are still thinking about things that happened in the past, that doesn't free you up to live in the present moment. And if you're contemplating the future, like what will happen in the future, again, you're thinking about what ifs, possibilities that may or may not ever take place, and you are not living in the present moment. The present moment is where the abundance happens. It's where your growth happens. It's where you cherish you and you embrace your authenticity and just being on this planet called Earth. This is what healthier individuals do. They live in the present moment. What does the narcissist do? Exactly, they live for the moment, which means that is why so many times the narcissist will change their plans in a flash, in a second, without even thinking about other individuals. Why? I'll tell you why. One reason is to disrupt people's energy. In other words, if you have plans to attend an event or something with the narcissist, and remember, this is when you don't know they're a narcissist, then many times they will attempt to blow up those plans if that is something that you wanted to do. Remember, if it's something the narcissist wanted to do, then of course you're expected to do what they want you to do. But, however, understand this, that if something better comes along for the narcissist, they will drop the plans in a second. They are always looking to live for the moment. They're looking for a rush. They're looking for excitement. They're looking for newness. They're looking for that new shiny object, which at one time was you. And now I know you're not an object, and neither am I, but that's how they saw you. They didn't see you as a beautiful, bright, shining light, a beautiful empath, a person who could give so much and wanted to be in a healthy relationship. What they saw you as was simply an opportunity. And yes, for a period of time, you were the flavor of the month. And I'm not being demeaning. I'm just letting you know that that's how the narcissist saw you. Remember, during the love bomb / euphoric stage, you are brand new, or you were brand new to the narcissist. They saw this. They saw your abundance, your beauty. They said, wow, this person's spectacular. And you are, believe me. However, that is when most likely you fell in love with them, or you struck up the friendship with them, or you entered the business with them, or whatever you did. And you thought that this person who turned out to be a narcissist was an authentic person. Nothing could be further from the truth. This person is a taker. They're a manipulator. They're a person who wears a mask to manipulate people. And back then you didn't know any better. You didn't have the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle. Now you're getting it. And now my hope is you have either exited the relationship, you are looking to exit it, or it's long over. And if any of those three are and or were you, drop comments below. The point being is now you're getting the wisdom, you're getting the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you're coupling that with your experience. And you're understanding that yes, living in the present moment is the path. It really is. It sincerely is. Now more than ever, especially in this day and age with so many people on their smartphones and so many people, excuse me, being distracted like that. What happens is their attention span gets less and less, and that's exactly what happens with the narcissist. But when you're present, you're living in the present moment, that's beautiful. That's what you do. That's where the growth happens. Now, the narcissist can't live in the present moment. They live for the moment. That's exactly why they are thrill seekers. That's exactly why they like to break the rules. That's why they don't think the rules apply to them. That's why they blow up relationships. Why? Because there's a thrill in it for them. Yes, I know it's twisted, but they like to leave a wake of destruction and devastation behind them. And that is the narcissistic abusive cycle. The whole point is, many times people say to themselves, how do these people exist? How does a narcissist exist? Well, they're human beings. They just see things differently than you do. They see things in a self-serving manner, and they live for the moment. They don't live in the present moment. Remember, everything from a birthday to a wedding to a barbecue to a trip, it is all nothing but supply for the narcissist. That's what it is. Again, I mention this frequently on the channel, but if you got married to a narcissist, they got supply from that on their wedding day for months. They did, until things got old and stale, and then they began to look for your replacement. Or until perhaps the day after you were married. Maybe you never even went on a honeymoon and you entered the devaluation stage, or the narcissistic fog, where everything was bizarro world. What was left was right, what was up was down, what was black was right, or white, etc. I mention these examples on the channel frequently. The point being, once you get the wisdom and you understand what's going on, living in the present moment is the path. Example, a few minutes ago, I sneezed. I didn't plan on sneezing, but I did, and I went with it. That's what you do. The narcissist, do they sneeze? Of course, but they're looking to get supply out of it. Let's take that as a small example. Maybe the narcissist you know or knew, maybe they sneeze super loud to disrupt the room. Think about it. It's all about disruption. It's all about attention. It's all about getting supply for the narcissist, whether it's positive or negative supply. They don't care. They flat out don't think the way you do. And that is why so frequently when an individual is discarded, let's say, and if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. It's one of the most challenging and difficult things to go through. But my hope is you're putting the education and the insight, and you're digging deep into yourself and you're healing. That's my hope. But having said that, that's why if you were discarded, the narcissist, they get supply from that too. Why or how? It's very simple, because number one, you weren't expecting it, most likely. And boom, now they've glommed onto a new supply and or your replacement that you did or didn't know about. And they're getting supply from the new supply. They're getting supply from your discard. They're in narcissistic, they're enjoying it. Let's put it that way. And again, I don't say it lightly. That's why many times if you were discarded or the relationship ended, you're looking for closure from an individual. Many times it is from the narcissist. And again, that's before you knew that the person was a narcissist. That is the last person on the planet you want to be talking to, I can assure you. The reason why is because the narcissist can't introspect. They won't give you closure. They flat out don't care about you. And if you were discarded, the mask has already slipped and they're just letting you know their disdain for you. That's what they do. And they go on to another source of supply. And again, on and on and on. That's the narcissistic cycle. That is why you must remove yourself from these relationships as soon as you identify that perhaps the individual you're thinking of is a narcissist or a toxic individual, because things don't improve over time. Things get worse over time, and your body takes a toll, your physical health takes a toll, your mental clarity takes a toll, your finances take a toll, your spiritual side of you takes a toll. Everything takes a toll in these narcissistic relationships because they are hollow, they're empty, and they're meant to consume you. Yes, they are. Keep this in mind again. When you were in the narcissistic relationship, think of how much time you placed on the relationship and or how much you did for the narcissist. You did an awful lot, probably more for them and the relationship than you did for yourself. I'm certain that was the case because you were spinning around in that washing machine. You were held underwater trying to hold your breath because you couldn't get up because you didn't know what was going on. And you were in the narcissistic fog trying to get back to that love bomb / euphoric stage. And again, like I mentioned, perhaps you got back to that euphoric stage for a couple days a year. Maybe it never got back around again. Who knows? But what I'm suggesting is the narcissist, they live for shock value. They live to disrupt people. They live to manipulate people. They live to be the center of attention. The narcissist knows exactly what they're doing. Every move is calculated, and every move is advantage narcissist when you are in the relationship with them and you don't have the experience about the narcissistic abusive cycle until it's game over and it's checkmate for you when you understand and you identify that that person was a toxic individual or a narcissist, and you've removed yourself, or you have healed and you've processed things and you've practiced radical acceptance, and you understand that, wow, in fact, I want nothing to do with this person because they won't change. They are not authentic. They can't introspect. They won't say, I'm sorry. They won't say, I apologize. They won't say, I'm wrong. These people are people that feel entitled. They feel entitled all over the globe. And the truth of the matter is they are shallow. They're weak. They're empty shells. They are takers. And the way to conquer the narcissist, again, is to remove yourself from the relationship, go no contact, block them, delete all flying monkeys and people associated with that person, and begin to heal and or live your best life. That's the path. That's what you must do. The longer you stay in these relationships, or the more time that goes by, in these relationships, and you don't do the proper thing, the more work you're going to have to do. It's just the way it is. So again, living in the present moment, my hope is that's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing right now as I'm watching you recording this video in a beautiful sunny afternoon here in Carolina. But does the narcissist live in the present moment? No, they live for the moment. They live for any moment that's going to give them supply, any moment that's going to create energy, negative or positive, for them. Think about this. Think about the smear campaign. What was the smear campaign? That's right. It was your name being smeared to your family, your friends, to coworkers, to neighbors, to anyone who would listen, to a community. Was the smear campaign real? No. But did you experience it? Yes. Meaning this. When I said that, what I meant were the words of the smear campaign real? No, they weren't. They were untruths and falseness. And they were words coming from the narcissist to smear your name. In other words, to discredit you. That is exactly how insecure and shallow the narcissist is. That's what they do. And why do they do that? Because again, they are portraying a false narrative of you and or the relationship, and they're playing themselves as the victim, or the person that you treated poorly, or whatever they're going to make up, when in fact it's not true. Why do people believe in the smear campaign? I'll tell you why. Because they actually don't know the narcissist. They don't know the narcissist the way you do. See, you uncovered the truth. You figured it out. That's why you're on this channel, and you're getting the wisdom and the education, because you are a thriver. You're a person who put the pieces together, and you've identified the narcissist. Now, do you call them out? No, of course not. Do you live in the present moment? Yes, you do. Do you understand staying away from them is the best thing for you? Absolutely. Will the narcissist change? No chance. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. Remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. You are not alone. Remember that. Continue to become awakened and aware. Continue to become educated and empowered, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And trust me when I tell you, living in the present moment is the path. Wherever you are, be there, be present, be focused on what you're doing. Do not do anything that doesn't allow you to live in the present moment. And the other thing, the narcissists, do they live in the present moment? No, they live for the moment. Again, it's all about control, manipulation, lies, deceit, destruction, and devastation. Guys, enjoy yourselves. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. All right, bye, guys.